Well, folks, as I'm preparing to get ready for St. Patrick's Day, today's the day, March 4th, 2021. Today is the day that QAnon alleged that Donald Trump, former President of the United States, would be sworn in for a second term by QAnon. And, nope, Joe Biden's still president. What's your new conspiracy theory this time? I've been meaning to address this, but I keep getting distracted from both depression, work, and girlfriend. But yeah, the whole March 4th is the whole line of conspiracy theories that QAnon has come up with, and I'm just, I'm waiting for the new one that they're going to come up with. I'll feed you in a minute. Now, normally when a political party loses an election, you're so cute. Wow. She's right there. But when a political party, Democrats or Republicans, lose an election, throughout everyone, okay, almost most of the time, like 75, 90% of the time, they just accept and go, hey, we lost. See you in 4 years, or see you in the midterms. That's usually what happens. But unfortunately, this year, both technically last year and this year, we have a bunch of these people who refuse to accept an election, including the people of QAnon, who come up with a conspiracy. They always come up with conspiracy theories. That's the whole purpose of QAnon, is conspiracy theories. From all Democrats and all Democrats, not just Democrat politicians, Democrats. So I'm part of that conspiracy, apparently, that we're all like child sex trafficking, satanic pedophiles. Donald Trump's going to pull a fast one. I mean, that Trump was going to win the election. That Trump was going to overturn the election. That from the Electoral College on December 14th to even the January 6th, before the riot happened, they said he was going to pull something and Trump was going to be declared the winner. And even after the January 6th, both the count and the riot, they claimed, Donald Trump's going to pull something. He's going to be declared, God is going to intervene. Although that was more the Christians, but now, they said, and this is supposed to happen today, they said that Donald Trump is going to be inaugurated for a second term on March 4th. Oh, and this just came to my head. They have a conspiracy theory that Donald Trump is still the president. He's operating from the shadows. One of them included that not only is he still the president, he's executing traitors on the White House lawn. Don't you think that would be news? I think some people, they just say it just to be like out crazy one another. It's like, oh yeah, you think he's going to be inaugurated March 4th? I say he's killing people right now on the front lawn. Like, yeah, I'm crazier than you, bro. But March 4th, apparently, and here is... Donald Trump fans are not giving up hope that he will be reinstalled in the White House this year, with a new theory that has been them celebrating his inauguration on March 4th. According to a report from Vice, the latest theory being passed around by right-wing extremists is based on writings from members of the fringe sovereign movement, which is basically white supremacists. It's always been that way, and a unique interpretation of American history. The Vice report notes, sovereign citizens believe that a law enacted in 1861 secretly turned the U.S. into a corporation. To be fair, wrong time, but yeah, that's pretty true. Anyway, and did away with the American government of the Founding Fathers. The group believes that President Franklin D. Roosevelt, sold U.S. citizens out in 1933 when he ended the gold standard, replacing it by offering citizens as collateral to a group of shadowy foreign investors. Who are these shadowy foreign investors? They don't say. And look, Franklin Roosevelt did a lot of crap on civil rights. I don't know if he ended the gold standard. But so what if he did? It didn't enslave. Sold U.S. citizens out? Out to who? Who they sell out to? The worst Franklin Roosevelt did was put Japanese people in camps. He was against anti-lynching laws, and there's a report that he sent Jews back to Europe. Yeah. Oh, and he didn't from the start give universal health care, even though by the time he died, his 1944, it was either 1944 or 1945, State of the Union address had included universal health care in his platform, the Second Bill of Rights. Franklin Roosevelt had his flaws, but he was the goat of presidents. One of the goats, at least. He and President Kennedy, it's like, here's the thing. He did so much in 12 years, and JFK did just as much in 2.5 years. But anyway, with that in mind, QAnon supporters are making common cause with the sovereign citizens of development and focusing on 1871 conspiracy theory to reassert their claim that Donald Trump is still president. Over the weekend, QAnon groups on Gab and Telegram, I don't know if this says I'm old or young, I don't know what those are, where most QAnon supporters have found a home since they've been kicked off Twitter and Parler were deplatformed. Commenters have been sharing documents saying that the 1871 Act claiming that it proves that Trump will be sworn on March 4th, the report states. The source of this date is the fact that 1937 was also the year when inauguration dates were changed from March 4th to January 20th. I think that was the 20th Amendment to shorten the lame duck period of outgoing presidents. Yes, for those of you who weren't aware, every president since Washington from now because of the fact that they were drove on horses, they were late to their first inauguration. But from 1972 to 1933, every president that was inaugurated normally, after an election, they were inaugurated on March 4th. But then travel started getting faster, and so it's like, hey man, we need to end this 4-month crap. So they went from March 4th to January 20th. Franklin Roosevelt, because the amendment was passed before when it was too late, they sworn him on March 4th in 33, but then in 1937 he was inaugurated for a second term on January 20th. So he served, I think, 80 days, less than 2 years. I mean, less than 4 years. Anyway. To shorten the lame duck period of outgoing presidents, QAnon's followers believe that Trump will be the president of the original republic and not the corporation that they believe this 1871 Act replaced. I know I've only dived deep. I know I've only just dived into this, but I guarantee you this, it's not going to, they're not going to provide this 1871 Act. They're just going to say some act in 18... What happened in 1871, by the way? I think USC's Grant was president at the time. Yeah, he was elected in 1868 until he left office in 77. The only thing I can come up with that happened was the German Empire was formed after the Franco-Prussian War. And Wilhelm I went from being the king of Prussia to Deutsches Kaiser. Other than that, nothing happened in 1871. The belief that Trump might bolster the hopes of QAnon, the belief that Trump might bolster the hopes of the QAnon followers who have been despondent that President Joe Biden wasn't arrested on January 20th, that's not really a full sentence. A deeper explanation of this latest theory and its genesis can be as follows, and it's a tweet from this guy named Travis View where it says, some QAnon followers are borrowing discredited arguments from sovereign citizens in order to get, yet again, move the goalposts, like most conspiracy theorists and cultists. They absurdly claim that Trump will be inaugurated on March 4th because the U.S. was incorporated in 1871 and all amendments passed after that are invalid. So, the women's right to vote is invalid? Oh no, fam, that's pretty shitty. Oh, is that when it was passed? The 14th Amendment? This fixation on 1871 is tied to sovereign citizens' hatred for the 14th Amendment. Yes! Yes, folks. Yes. I think it was the 13th Amendment that outlawed slavery, but I think it was the 14th that basically gave all the former slaves, although they did nothing to protect them, equal rights. At least on paper, at least. And apparently, and I'm not saying we're completely civilized, but we are definitely more civilized than we were in 1871. And a lot of these people in the sovereign citizen movement, they don't like that. They're white supremacists. They're racist. I don't support what happened to his wife or son, but I think Randy Weaver of the Ruby Ridge fiasco was part of that. Yeah. And I know a lot of these people that go up and shoot places up and fly the "Do Not Tread on Me" flag are part of that. This amendment, not coincidentally, guaranteed citizenship for former slaves alleged in landmark civil rights case. And it leads to another article, but sovereigns believe that soon after, and in conjunction with the passage of the 14th Amendment, the U.S. ceased to be a constitutional governed republic that reflected the will of the people. Because giving former slaves citizenship, even if it was just on paper, and they did nothing and allowed black people, both north and south and west, to be slaughtered. I mean, even policemen helped. I mean, there are many cases where police officers were Klansmen. Yeah. Okay, referred to as the jure, or legally rightful, government, this original republic was governed under common law or constitutional law. In the sovereign worldview, common law refers to a legal structure that is validated by the Constitution and or biblical or divine mandate. I want to be absolutely clear. I'm not an atheist. I'm a Christian. I intend to go to church this week. I need to attend mass every now and more often. But this, oh God! Every time I hear the Bible and politics, it's like, oh God. To sovereigns, common law supersedes the. Maybe I am getting old because I'm getting hard to read. Illegitimate law is currently effective in the United States. What illegitimate laws besides the Patriot Act? Oh, but they're fine with that because we got to torture the Muslims. I mean terrorists. Why? Good, because they hate us. All of them? Well, you're a traitor. Beyond this key of quality legal primacy, the exact meaning, origin, and provisions of common law vary considerably depending on the individual beliefs of sovereigns. Shortly after the unanimous ratification, fuck that, it was not unanimous. Unless it has to be. Because they were still racist back then. After the ratification of the 14th Amendment in 1870, I thought it was all in 1865. Okay. Sovereigns believed that the government was quietly overthrown by corrupt bankers who transformed the government into a corporation, subjecting the American people to an entirely new set of commercial laws. You could argue that now in not 1870, but 1981, and then 2001 and 2017. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. In the sovereign narrative, this new set of commercial laws absurded the Constitution and overturned its protections for citizens. The corporation is often referred to as the de facto government is seen as illegitimate. The vehicle for this change was an 1870 law which many sovereign citizens believe created a United States corporation to govern the District of Columbia under commercial code rather than common law. Subsequently, the United States Code, especially laws compiled to this point, extended this form of corporate rule to the entire country thanks to the provision in Title 28, some squiggly thing, that include the phrase United States means a federal corporation. Google searches for this statute overwhelmingly linked to sovereign resources, far more so than actual historical commentary. Actual historical commentary on the law or a context section which refers to a limited use of the term within a specific of the U.S. Code. Wow. So let me explain. While my cat loudly tries to purr to get my attention, I'll get to you in a minute. These racist white fuckers think that because 150 years ago, black people, and basically, although de jure, like it was just on paper, everyone who wasn't a rich, straight, white, Anglo-Saxon Protestant male got some civil rights, at least on paper, that all of a sudden we were turned into a corporation. Okay, listen. I say America has been turned into a corporation because we've basically become a corporatocracy and a plutocracy. A government of corporations, a government of the rich, by the rich, for the rich, where every day our laws and cultures cater more towards wealthy people, tax cuts, bailouts, industry-written laws, deregulation, all to make the lives of the rich just a little bit cushier, and now the rich are never held accountable for their crimes, like Trump or Bush or Obama or Clinton or Reagan. Hell, even Nixon wasn't held accountable, and that was back when Republicans had some honor. Like, there were Republicans calling for his resignation and impeachment. But anyway, because on paper minorities got civil rights, America was turned into a corporation. Like how? Like, okay, so they specific, so they come up, so they're a little bit more specific. They come up with an amendment that's about civil rights. Even if it didn't have any teeth, I keep harping on that. I'm just angry that our government, well, it's like, oh, we'll end slavery. Sure, they did that, and we'll give them civil rights. It's like, but you'll do nothing to protect their rights. Anyway, but because we gave on paper. I'm harping on that. On paper, we gave people civil rights. Black people, Mexicans, Asians, and eventually women. Somehow that means we were turned into a corporation? And every amendment to law since then is definitely illegitimate. So women, according to these people's view, it's illegitimate if you vote. And that's what a lot of people think. Like, Rush Limbaugh literally said that women vote with emotions. Yeah, like a man has never emotionally cried as he hit the Donald Trump button a second time. Point is, these guys are racist. They don't... I thought they were just idiots. I thought they were just desperate to have a daddy. But this is the most old racist boomer shit.
Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Yeah, boomer.
But this is really ridiculous. Okay? QAnon people, they need to accept that Donald Trump has lost. Joe Biden is president. Donald Trump is not going to be president between now, March 4th, 2021, and January 19th, 2025. Now, I hope he never runs again, and if he does, he will be defeated, but you have 2024 to look forward to. But until then, Joe Biden is going to be your president, and Kamala Harris, a half-black, half-Asian woman, just rubbing that little salt in that wound, is going to be your vice president for the next 4 years. Y'all are just going to have to accept that. We, Bernie Bros, had to accept that these corporate moderate idiots who are backtracking on $15 an hour, even though they literally said they would stand up for it, yeah, they're in office instead of Bernie and Nina Turner. Because unlike QAnon, we accept reality. We may not like it, but we accept it. And unfortunately, a lot of these QAnon are racist, white, upper middle class boomers who, they have such privileged lives. They want to feel important. The reason why a lot of these people believe in these conspiracies is because they want to feel like they're smarter than everyone else. They feel like, oh, they figured it all out. Like, I know all. But you're not. I accept that shit is shit. I accept it. I don't think I'm better than everyone else. I think maybe I'm book smarter than most people I encounter. But I don't think I'm, deep down, I'm smarter than everyone else. And I accept that. Because I'm not a raging narcissist. I'm not a boomer. It's just the way things are. I'm gonna go to work now. Hopefully, okay, so QAnon, I want to know what QAnon's new conspiracy theory is going to be, because it's probably going to be just as good. But this one actually was pretty entertaining. And I bet you one of those QAnon people, they're going to be like, you're recording at 9:20. Wait till noon. And I'm like, it's going to be like, okay, bet noon comes around and they'll be like, yeah, it's noon. Donald Trump is still not president. He's still at Mar-a-Lago bitching that he can't harass people and call people names on Twitter. Well, people, that's it for my video. I gotta get going. I want everyone to have a good day. You know, have happy March 4th. It's gonna be a good day. Have a great day. Have a happy St. Patrick's month. I'll probably upload a video on St. Patrick's Day. But I want everyone to stay awesome, stay progressive. If you are, stay Irish, and may the force be with you.